What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a Bitcoin update video. Today we're going to update you guys from last video when we broke out of our little range here. We were talking about how Bitcoin potentially could reach $40,000. A brief little reminder, we just basically took the measured move of this low here, and if we measure it up to our high here, if we could take it to our little breakout point here, you can see how we came and met our target of $40,000. Now that we've met that target since then, you can see we've been holding this trend line as support. And honestly, we're still holding it as support. We're holding it right now. If we close below it and break it, it's possible that we could see a dip down to this lower region down here. We can go ahead and actually flip this back to green now since we are at support now. And if we come back down to this level and hold this trend line, we could expect the trend to continue potentially. I bring this up because if we look at our RSI down here, you can see that we made a high and a couple lower highs here while the price has made a high and higher highs. So we have a little bit of divergence there. And also what I just noticed actually too, if we connect these highs and that higher high, we might even be forming this little rising wedge here. So if this breaks down, that's where I would expect the target to retrace down to, somewhere in this region here. But at the same time, if we break out of here, honestly, we have much higher to go. Bitcoin's in a really strong bull market, strong trend right now. If it breaks out of here up to the upside, it's pretty likely that this will just retrace up here, and we could potentially just negate this bearish divergence at the moment. If we go to the weekly time frame, we could see that honestly this move has been rallying pretty hard. We could compare this to our previous bull market like we've talked about before. As far as how these moves go, when they come off of their lows, it likes to retrace back down to this 38.2 level. You can see it actually did this quite a few times, even from this low then up to this next high here. A little bit overshoot actually, even hit that 0.5, but for the most part, the bodies of these candles closed pretty much right around here. And even on this pump here, we can measure from this low to this high. Yeah, same thing. It came back down to here a little bit. And then even from this high to this high, yeah. Before then, obviously, this was our big correction here. But nonetheless, in the short term, if we don't continue much higher, if we look at a pullback from, say, this low all the way up to our high here, that level is around 24,000. That would also make sense because all those retracements are about 30-40%, and that's where we're sitting at right about now. Those don't have to play out, honestly, because this bull market is so far looking a little bit more. Let's get rid of that. This bull market's looking a little bit more different than this one. It looks like a little bit more vertical. This one's looking a little more aggressive and vertical, so we might be something a little bit more like maybe this bull market, where we just had an initial huge run up with a more steep pullback. Because if we look at this one, from that low to this high, this one retraced immediately held and closed on the 38.2, but you can see this one retraced pretty far down, back down to the 618 or even the 0.5 here. Before then, maybe relax in a few months and then rip into another new all-time high again. So that was pretty crazy. I guess we have to take it day by day here with Bitcoin now at this point. Because yeah, I mean, every day it's really just rallying and doing some crazy new developments. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is the region I'm watching in particular on the downside. Anything in the upside, it's pretty much just clear skies at this point. We can go much higher. I don't really know when we're going to stop at the moment. Oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to go back to that weekly time frame real quick, because if we go back to the weekly and we look at the RSI, we are still above this 90 level. We're currently printing at 95. So it's looking more like these previous cycles that we've had where Bitcoin's done some crazy stuff. But yeah, to recap, honestly, if a break out of here, we're going to go much higher. A break down from here, we're going to come back down, test this region. If we hold this region as support, we just got to make sure that we take out this high again and maybe don't make a lower high here. Otherwise, outside of that, if we do lose this support, then I would expect this uptrend to be over, and we will most likely come down and test lower regions like this, like we discussed earlier. But yeah, the risk remains to the upside. That's going to do it for today's episode. It's going to be short and sweet. I just wanted to give you guys an update since we broke out of this range we were talking about and met our target in such a short notice. I'll talk to you guys in the future when I see the charts telling me another clear story. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video.